Welcome to the first episode of The Revolution. The mission of this show is to inform individuals within the African diaspora of the current disparities and future potential of finance and wealth within the Black community. We'll achieve this mission by creating a variety of platforms to showcase Black-owned businesses, organizations, and ideas, as well as providing information and resources to create generational wealth for the Black community. This presentation of information is an effort to promote self-sufficiency by encouraging cooperative economics, thus increasing the circulation of currency for the Black community. This first month is dedicated to community matters. We'll highlight individuals and organizations within local communities to determine how we can maximize the flow of economic resources. The first organization we're highlighting is the S.E.E.D in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, represented by newlyweds Chris and Sabrina Glenn. So we are here with the wonderfully newlywed couple, Mr. Chris Glenn and his beautiful wife, Sabrina Glenn. So they are with S.E.E.D. Chris is the founder and owner of S.E.E.D. So Chris, tell me, what exactly is S.E.E.D?
First of all, thank you for having us here. S.E.E.D is an organization. It stands for Self-Empowerment Equals Deliverance. And we're an organization. We're for the Black community. We emphasize cultural awareness and economic empowerment in our community. We think those are two of the main hindrances in the community. One, we're not culturally aware, and we definitely don't know the power of a dollar. So, that's what we emphasize at the S.E.E.D. And when we say self-empowerment, our thing is that, for years we've just been indoctrinated, hearing everybody else's so-called solution to helping our community. So one of the things that we teach is that we as Black people have to be accountable. We have to have self-accountability, and we teach that we have that power and that ability to build our communities.
Okay, I can definitely agree with all of that. So I know you all offer a lot of different services, from kids services all the way up through adults. I was able to go to one of your, I think it was your first, or was it the second kids rally that you had last month?
Yeah,
and it turned out really nice. Even in the rain, we had a great time. So tell us about some of the services that you do for the whole community.
Well, we do various services. S.E.E.D is actually, we're a group or organization, but we're composed of different business owners. And our main thing is networking. A lot of people feel like they have the solution, but when you think about Black people and our problem, it's multifaceted. We have a lot of different things that negatively affect us. So we have certain members that focus on the children. And that event that you came out to, that was a kids fun day. So we have programs that's strictly for kids to start them off young, to teach them about, their culture and pride in themselves, and to teach them about money actually from an early age, because we feel that that's a big problem. Because, kids spend a lot of money, and we have to learn early the importance of money. So we have programs for the kids. We're working on after-school programs now. We also have financial literacy classes for adults to teach adults about money, the importance of money, how to manage it, how to build wealth. And we have mentorship classes. Those would be for your more adolescent teenagers, to teach them about the importance of entrepreneurship. We stress that. We stress business ownership, to be business owners, but we also do teach them like etiquette and things of that nature if they are to work for somebody, because we do teach that everyone you don't have to be a business owner, but you have to learn how to build wealth. So we have a lot of different programs, and we network and work with other groups in the community.
So about how many different entrepreneurs are you working with right now?
Wow.
Almost everyone?
Yeah, almost everyone. Our core membership here in Tuscaloosa is about 30. So probably well more than half of those are business owners. Awesome. Yeah. So
how would someone go about becoming a member of S.E.E.D?
Well, to become a member is very simple. We meet here locally. We meet 2 times a month. And, to be a member is really just to stand on the principles that we're based on, and that's cultural awareness, economic empowerment. And let me talk about that for a second. The reason why we say cultural awareness first is because we as black people produce a lot of money. But if you find like a lot of the entertainers, the athletes, they get rich and they leave the community, but not necessarily just moving out of the community, because we don't say you can't go and get a bigger house or be in a better neighborhood, but they leave it mentally, and they leave it in the same chaotic state that they left. So they have money, so their economic situation is better, but they're not culturally aware of who they are and how the people were put in that situation. So we stress that you have to start off early to be aware of what it means to be black, what it means to be an African in the United States. How did we get in this condition? And then once we know that, then we can empower you economically, because now once we show you how to make money, we know you will be an asset to the community as opposed to a detriment. So that's big to us.
Definitely. And that actually ties into my next question. We do see a lot of people who are affluent in our communities, yet for some reason, a lot of them still end up broke. Mm-hmm. So right. I know that your big thing is not just on creating income, but mainly creating wealth. So right. why do you think the people in our community specifically have such an issue with accumulating wealth instead of just spending all their money? And do you think it can be changed?
You want to answer that? It definitely can be changed, but the main problem is through indoctrination. When we're in school, we've actually been indoctrinated and socially engineered to think a certain way. So we as a people on a whole, especially in our communities, we're not taught the importance of a dollar, or we don't know how money works. We don't know anything about it. All we know is to consume. So therefore, and our thing is we're living as we're just in a survival state. So when we do get money, it just immediately leaves our hands. Whereas, we have had, our ancestors, our great grandmothers might have owned land and had land in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, but because our people aren't financially literate, we think the money is so much, so they just sell off this land, but that's giving up wealth. So, a lot of it is we've just been indoctrinated by this system, this education system that does not teach us economics. When you go to college and school, you're really not learning economics. You're being indoctrinated on being an employee. So that's our main problem. So we feel and we know that if we reach our people and say, look, the importance of keeping money circulating in the community, your business, his business, her business, if we keep this money in here longer, we produce a certain amount of wealth. And then our kids can learn trades, such as being, simple things like mechanics, barbers. These things are trades, but they can become big businesses. And, if you research like Black Wall Street, we were affluent with our own businesses. And, but now through TV, social media, we're just being indoctrinated and programming into thinking, get money, get rich, ball out, get some clothes, get this nice car. But there's really no value in those things. They're not real assets. So really our minds just have to be wiped of all that garbage, and we gotta start young, and start changing the way they think, and give them reality. And the reality is us as black people in this country are the number one consumers. People coming into our communities, making millions off of us. They're building financial empires off of our dollars. When we can do that ourselves, our sisters buying hair from people that do not support our communities. And it's not, I don't care what race, culture they're from, they're not helping our community. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we stress, and that's our problem. We have to have self-accountability. We got to stop pointing the finger. We got to start holding ourselves accountable, going to the barber shops, the business owners in our neighborhood and say, look, we the S.E.E.D Life, we got this program. Sister over here got this program. They want to teach these kids. We need your support. We're going to empower you. We're going to tell everybody to come shop with you. We got to support each other and then hold each other accountable.
I definitely agree with that. I think the last time I checked, the figures were that black people in America had about $1.3 trillion in buying power.
Yeah.
Yet they're still broke.
Right.
I just don't get it.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but right now we're going to stop for a commercial break. So before the break, we were talking about how it's important to indoctrinate our children early because they are our future, and we want them to be basically economically sound once they grow up. We do have a big problem in our community, however, with a lot of our adults, people our age. A lot of people, for some reason, we don't feel comfortable spending money with our own people, and I know that has a very, very long and deep history behind it. So do you think that there basically is any hope for us to get out of that mental bondage that we are in and be able to start trusting each other more, to spend our money with each other more?
Well, there's definitely hope. I mean, as long as people like myself, yourself, with a show like this have breath in our body, we know it can be done. This is one thing that I like to stress to people. We have to realize the system that we're controlled by is a white supremacy system, and that touches every facet of our living, from religion to economics to politics, every aspect. So, we have to always realize when we're talking about black people, we're talking about people that have been oppressed from every spectrum of existence. So with that being said, we have to use every spectrum, every means to break this spell of ignorance on our people. Meaning we got to use it politically, through the religious system, all these things. We have to break this indoctrination. So we have to use the same weapons that were used against us. TV is used against us. They make us look like buffoons, and then even when we do get wealth, you see all the shows, rich black women throwing drapes on each other. It's showing like, look, no matter what, this is how you people are. Well, we had to have TV shows, we had to write books, we had to have institutions, we have to have our own schools, and they can start off with home schools, and then we can grow. And we have to realize this system, people have to understand white supremacy, it's a system. Something's systematic, it just keeps rolling. So therefore, that doesn't mean these people that hate us are going to stop. So we have to realize we have to create our own system. We have to have our own schools, we have to have our own shows, and to constantly combat that. And the problem with people like ourselves that are adults is, everybody wants to be different. We have to find common ground. We have to say, okay, put your religion to the side, put this to the side, and say, what do we agree on? Okay, we know we're in this community, we're black, we don't have enough jobs. Let's come together off of that. That's why we choose economics. If we look at the most successful organizations created in the United States, they weren't religious-based groups. You think about Marcus Garvey, who had over 1 million members. He didn't utilize religion, he utilized economics. And you think about the African continent, people say, okay, we get back into our roots. If you go to Africa right now, you find millions upon millions of people that have been colonialized and indoctrinated. And then sometimes, us here in America, as Africans in America, we're more aware of our culture than some of them, because they're still under the hands of their oppressor. So what we have to realize is that we got to get to the root of this problem, and we got to break this indoctrination. And it's economic. The reason why Africa is still oppressed and all the diamonds and oils coming out of it is because these people set up systems that still go on today, right? And then when you come in and you're starving, then you don't care about your culture. You're just trying to eat. So when the Dutch, Portuguese, whoever, French come in, They're just trying to eat. So you just accept this. And that's what's happened to us as a people, right? We've given up our culture and we've accepted everything that they have. So we got to get to the core. We have to find common ground. Our common ground, we'll say, is our blackness, right? It's melanin. People don't want to call themselves black. They want to call themselves this. We got to stop all that separation and say, look, this is where we're at. You see? And once we do that, then we work with people that are doing something. Some people just want to talk. They don't want to create TV shows. They don't want to create schools. They just want to talk. Oh, black people, we ain't never going to do this. Da, 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 da. We're not worried about them. You know, Martin Luther King wasn't worried about those people. Malcolm X wasn't worried about those people. They were alive in his time. He got together with the people that wanted to do something. So the Seed of Life, we only want to work with people that want to do something. Like, that's why I say we're composed of business members, right? Now, we might not agree on everything, but what we agree on, we create something. We create a program, some form of institution, and then we build with it. So that's our problem. We have to realize the ones who realize our culture, the ones who realize this trap that we've been put in, we have that responsibility, right? To create institutions, create programs, create, systems of learning. And we got to realize, look, they don't know any better, so they're going to down us, they're going to talk this and that, but I'm not concerned with them. I'm only concerned with the ones that want to get it and build. That's strictly what all I'm about is building, so.
I will definitely build with you. So you mentioned Marcus Garvey a minute ago, and I'm not going to get into that today. We'll save that for like 10 shows down the road because I don't want to get put off the air just yet. But I definitely want that on film so I don't forget that we're going to do another show about that a little later. Yeah. So we've been talking a lot about the Seed of Life. I know you do have your own businesses and whatnot. So just tell us a little bit about what it is that you do personally.
Personally, I'm an owner of a tax preparation business, into real estate, amongst other things. I like to call myself, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm always, looking for different ways to create, wealth. And I emphasize to people that I haven't been successful at everything. But what I do realize is that I have the power in me. This organization, Seed of Life, is something I started 9 years ago. Wow. And when I started it, I wasn't the man I am today. So I needed more mentoring. I needed more character building. And when I met my wife, she was able to help me to take this to another level. And I want to stress that to people. When you're building something, get the right people, because your vision is only going to go as so far as you plan it and you want it to go. And, about when I connected with her, we connected for the purpose of building something, and because of her, we were able to get together and we started planning, strategizing, and putting things together. And not to get off track of the question, but that's a big problem with us as a people, especially with us as men and women, black people. We have to realize, look, it starts in our homes. It starts with you and your woman. Y'all get on one accord, then start building, then move outward. But your house got to be in order first. Prior to this, I was in the entertainment business. I've seen people lose their whole families chasing a dream. A dream without a plan is just a wish. So whatever you're going to do, plan and strategize and put it together. That's, I just wanted to say that to people. So I definitely thank my wife who helped us get to this point to where we are today.
I love it. Gotta love black love, and you know that my husband and I, we are a partnership as well, so I definitely understand where you're coming from, and that's one thing that I do want to emphasize with this show as well is that partnership that you talked about. It definitely, you have to be committed to your own. You definitely have to be committed to your own, and I do see that that is something that our people struggle with on a lot of different levels. So we'll have another show about that too. All right. So I know you guys, Seed of Life has a new facility that you are going to be opening soon. So tell us a little bit about that.
You tell them a little bit, tell them something, and I can explain.
Come on, Sabrina.
And I'll go into it afterwards. I'm just so proud of him. This is what I do want to say about the building is we manifest this building a year early and $30,000 short. And so if that's not the Most High and my husband going out working hard every day, then I don't know what it is. Like, I wake up every day and I promise, like, we're not like filthy rich or anything, but my life feel like a dream because I'm with a man, a real man, and we working towards a common goal. And his goals and his it's not just selfish, you know. It's not like we wake up and say, oh, we got to do this for us. We literally wake up and say, okay, this is what we have to do for our people. This is what we have to do for our people. Well, you have to make life bigger than you, you know, because if you don't, you're living for nothing, you know, because when you make it just about you, you can give up because you're like, oh, I'm going to be all right. I'll figure something else out. But when you make it bigger than you, you don't have a choice because you have all these people dependent on you. And so I'm just really proud of him and how he got the building and how he didn't give up. A whole year early, $30,000 short. Like, come on. So you just tell them the story about the building.
Because she's going to make me cry over here. That's so Mexican.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, the building is a community center. And like I said, like I've been saying, you know, S.E.E.D Life is all about the community. It's all about us coming together, working together. Anybody knows me knows that I don't want to get kicked off the show, but I can go hard on religion, you know. But one thing I say about religions, whatever, whether it's church, mosque, synagogue, it's perpetual. People are going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, wherever you go to. And as for people that are into black liberation, you have to be consistent about that. And you have to have a place where people say, I can go there. I can, you know, I can go there and meet with people that think like me. So it was like imperative in my mind, like, okay, we got to have a place where people can go, you know. Because like she said, this has never been about me. I'm like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm personally going to be fine. But this is big. It's something when I die, they're going to be able to say, look, this brother dedicated this for other people. So, you know, the purpose of the community center is a place for people from the community to come together. We have different business owners, different businesses be functioning, you know, through this facility. And we'll network and we'll build and we'll come up with more programs and we'll get more buildings. And it's not about Chris Glenn's building. It's about our building. And we can inspire other people to do this because, you know, at the end of the day, we're not stopping at a building. You know, we have to think about, like I said earlier, the ones who benefit from this white supremacy system, and it's more than white people, because it's more than just a racial thing. You know, they don't stop. So we have to have the mentality of we're not stopping. You follow? So when the community center, you know, we're going to have everything. We're going to have after-school programs. We're going to have martial arts classes. We're going to have, we hold seminars, you know, we teach about financial literacy. You come back, you can learn about, right, how to invest. You name it, you know, we're going to have it there. You know, like I said, the S.E.E.D Life is really just a vessel. And we want to create other entrepreneurs, other people to start other programs. You know, that's what it's about, you know.
I will volunteer my husband to teach a martial arts class for you.
Oh, okay. Wow. See, I didn't even know that.
See, we kind of
networking.
Yeah.
So one thing you said, I never really thought about it that way before. You equated this to the community center to going to church and having consistency with it. Mm-hmm. I know I've been to a lot of different, just random financial seminars and stuff, one thing this month and then go somewhere else 2 years from now. And it's hard to just really retain all of that and to really create a program out of it. But I love the way that you think because having somewhere to go to on a regular basis, you can definitely build a strong foundation and grow off of that. So I love it.
And that's very important for us. I think that is one of my favorite parts about the S.E.E.D Life is because, like, we feed off each other. We need each other. You know, some days we do this consistently. Some days I just don't feel like it. Some days Chris just don't feel like it. But when we get there, when we see our members and our people, like these are our family. These are our S.E.E.D Life family. And we see them, we just like, oh, I'm happy I came, you know. Because, like, not only do we support each other, we help each other. Like, we literally help each other. Like they'll have an issue, or we'll have an issue, and we help each other get through it, because I'm not done growing. Chris is not finished growing. We have people there that help us as well. So it's not just about like we think we know it all. No, we don't. But one thing I feel like he was a genius at is he connected us all, and we network with each other. We'll never say, oh, I got that figured out. No, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to you, because you might know a little bit more about the situation than I do. So I feel like meeting is very important, because it's just like with the church, you come and you need that boost to get through the week. We're gonna get to a point that we could give them that boost weekly. Right now we're doing it bi-weekly, but I really feel like our people have grown in so many ways, and so have we, since we have been coming, and meeting consistently every, 2 weeks. Like, we need that.
That's beautiful. That is exactly what a community is supposed to be. So y'all are building and showing a true example of what a Black community should be. So we're going to take another quick commercial break. So we'll talk again in just a moment.
A revolution is defined as a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. It can also be defined as a single orbit of one object around another, or about an axis or center. The Black community needs a financial revolution. Our current social order just isn't working for us. Studies show that when money comes into an Asian household, it circulates within the Asian community an average of 28 days before leaving that community. For Jewish households, it's around 19 days. For Black households, it's a depressing 6 hours. And we wonder why so many of our communities are impoverished. It's up to us to overthrow this social order of mental and economic enslavement and create a new system of unity and cooperative economics. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community.
All right, so we're back. So you were just telling us all about the different programs and everything that you all do with the Seed of Life, and you were telling us about the new facility that you are about to start, about to open soon. So just tell us, do you have any seminars or any programs that are coming up soon?
We have a seminar. We don't have the exact date. It's set for November. It's a financial literacy. We're going to have different people coming in talking about credit repair, talking about myself, I'll be talking about what you can do with your tax refund. And that's big to me, because that's one time of the year that all this money is in the Black community, but we make the wrong decisions with it. Whereas you can change your life with a tax return. So in that it's going to be financial literacy. We're also going to be talking about cryptocurrency, other forms of currency, and just breaking down money in general. Like I was saying earlier, that we are so illiterate financially to finances and money in general. And the world is moving so fast, and a lot of us are living in a dinosaur age, so we have to get caught up. So it's real important to me that we have seminars like this that just take us into the new millennium. We have to get caught up with the world and what's going on, and realize what money is, learn about the dollar, learn what makes a dollar worth something, things of that nature, stuff that we're not being taught in school, and it's purposely done that we're not taught this information in school. We're being set up for failure. There's really no other way around it. I have a big problem with the education system as it is, but we know things take time, and they take planning, and they take institutions, like I like to say. We have to form our own institutions. So that's going to be big. We'll let you know the date. It's going to be in November. Let you know the date, location. It will most likely be in our community center.
Awesome.
And so.
Okay, so please do make sure you let me know, because I will definitely publicize it on the show for you guys.
Yeah.
So, had some really awesome information so far. About to wrap it up, so I just want to know, are there any maybe one or two pearls of wisdom that you would like to give as far as how people can start and maintain their wealth building journey?
I like I tell everybody, self-empowerment equals deliverance. Stop looking outside and look inside yourself. You know, every scripture, every book about religion, every book about God tells you where God is, and it's within you. That's what I like to tell everybody when I see him. Whatever you believe in, whatever book you say, if you open that book, it's going to tell you where God is, and he's right inside your chest. And if you really want to make a change in your life, then start being accountable for what you're doing. Realize, the decisions you make today is going to affect your future. And that goes from your own personal economics inside your house to you building whatever business in the community, but it starts with you. So everyone, look inside yourself and realize the power within.
Amen to that. So before we go, I just want to get your contact information if anybody is interested in becoming a member of S.E.E.D of Life, or just being a part of your programs, or if they want to donate to the S.E.E.D of Life. How would they get in touch with you?
What do you want to? Facebook, you can definitely.
The S.E.E.D of Life.
That's
the
S.E.E.D of Life Inc. is the website.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the Facebook.
Facebook.
And the website is SEEDofLifeOnline.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you'll get.
Please like us on Facebook.
I already have, and the rest of the community, please do so too.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for being guests on the show, and thank you so much for all the good information. And I hope y'all will come back again, because I know you got a lot more information to give.
Yeah, we definitely come back, and we appreciate everything.
Oh, thank you. Y'all have a great day.
All right.
Grassroots organizations have been the bedrock of the Black community since the beginning of our nation. Whenever positive change has occurred, it's usually sparked by a small handful of individuals with a bright idea and a common goal. Organizations like the S.E.E.D of Life not only provide invaluable services to our community, but also give us hope that we can help ourselves. However, they can only thrive when we, the community, support them. I hope this episode of The Revolution inspires you to start a grassroots organization of your own, join one like the S.E.E.D of Life, or at the very least, financially support one. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community. Hotep family.